Joe, followed by Kim Mortini.
So I guess following and figuring out what's going on for the rest of the day, I guess my role here is to, I guess Gene and I are the representatives of everybody else who's paying the tab for the rest of this. So we're the representative of the unwashed masses. Just here to bring a little bit of context to this whole thing. I know what a chamber can do. I've worked with chambers on both sides of the deal. They're great. They do a lot of stuff. Everything that I've heard today is everything that a chamber is supposed to do. It's great. Great. The thing is, our chamber's unlike many other chambers around in this area. Or what I thought was really interesting is we actually took the same cities that were from the audit. There was, I think, a dozen other cities that your auditor considered to be peers for our city. Our chamber dwarfs them. I mean, our chamber consistently for the last 6-8 years has brought in $1 million a year. Most of the other chambers in that list are between $100,000 and $400,000 a year. They also do philanthropic activities. They do scholarships and grants. Half of them have foundations that they give away money. Nothing that this chamber does is for free. God bless them. It's a functioning business. They seem to be doing all right. I mean, they're not losing money. You know, it's $1 million a year deal. Many of the things that they're describing that they do for the city, they do for themselves. And when a business owner goes up to D.C. or to Sacramento to lobby for their interests, they're not lobbying for paving money. They're not lobbying for transportation money. They're not lobbying to get more recycled water resources or to change our water allotment. They're lobbying for their own interests. God bless them. That's what they're supposed to do. I've met with the chamber people when they come to D.C. So I know what they do when they're there. That's the nature of the beast. So, you know, I mean, I've got the packet with the cover page for each one of the tax returns. I mean, just look at that and tell me what's going on. You know, tell me why, you know, they can't buy some clips because they don't have money. You know, we're just lacking funding, and they need $150,000. $150,000 is the budget for half of the chambers for their whole budget from our peer group. Obviously, Riverside spends more. They have paid staff at city meetings. We have one paid employee in our chamber, and then $50,000 worth of leasing from somewhere. I don't know what that is. Nobody knows what that is. You know, I feel like we're having to do staff work here just to go, wait a second, is this a good idea? Is this a good investment? Nobody's quarreling that a chamber's vital for Corona. You know, of course it is. But come on, in context, really, I mean, really, we have $1 million chamber when everybody else is a $400,000 chamber. Is that reflected in what they do? I mean, they have 900 businesses. I bet you some of these other ones have 900 businesses. I mean, do I have to spend a week's worth of time going to each one of the chambers and going through all their records and find out how many businesses? Because that's kind of what it looks like. You know, I mean, what are we getting for what we're paying for? You know, did you send out any of this party planning? Because that's basically what it is. You know, this state of the city, they have that party. That's their party. They charge for their party. They charge enough that they can give away some free tickets. Great. You know, but that's a city function that's bootstrapped onto the back of their quarterly meeting. That's fine. But don't cry for me, Argentina, because you want to get paid for what's essentially a fundraiser. Their fundraisers, they lose money every year on the fundraisers. They don't raise funds. It's a fee-for-service deal. It's just like FedEx Office. Just like FedEx Office can help you doing laminating and copying and stapling, you know, and these guys do put on classes and they help the business in Corona. God bless them. That's what they're supposed to do. But do they need a subsidy from us to do it? Because the state of the city thing looks kind of like a subsidy. You know, a lot of this kind of looks like a subsidy for the chamber. You know, and a lot of these activities, I mean, I was told if you want to get something done in Corona, you have to go through the chamber. Filling out a blue card doesn't do anything. I was told that by the chamber. Filling out a blue card doesn't do anything. That's disgusting to me. You know, and it shouldn't be. You know, somebody mentioned the culture of Corona. That's the problem. That's the problem. The culture of Corona needs to change. It shouldn't be you have to go through the chamber, because that starts looking like a pay-to-play kind of a deal. If you have to go and pay and you have to go and participate just to get something done in the city, you know, to talk to people. It hasn't been my experience here. It hasn't been my experience, but that's the pitch. That's their pitch. It's a money-making thing. That's their ad. That's their pitch. Great. But, you know, I mean, the culture does need to change. It needs to be open, and it needs to be, if they want a subsidy, they want to be closer to the city, it all needs to be open. You know, we need to compare apples to apples and find out what we're getting. If we're buying a car, then we need to know what kind of car we're buying. If we're buying oil for this machine, you know, we need to know what the rating is on it. We need to know if it's the right weight. We need to know if we're paying $10 a quart for it versus $3 a quart for it. So that's pretty much what I've got to say. I've got a copy of the returns here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.